but this is something that someone just asked, and I think that we need to just get the elephant out the room. Lacey, are you intimately engaged with Jamie? Is that an agreement as well? Like, is it everybody kind of comes together?
Everyone in this relationship is completely heterosexual.
Like,
they are both in relationships with me.
Yeah.
So.
Got it. Okay. So then you are, what kind of energy you have? You got a 33-year-old, and then you got, how old is Jamie?
38. She's the same age as me.
What kind of man? Whew, somebody left out a little bit. I mean, come on, you only human. Come on now, Kev. I know you trying to man up on this because we live right now. Come on. You don't
talking about your energies because you got the younger one, and then you got you have two women. So
forget that. I'm almost up with them. Hold on, let's just get one real thing quick, honey. Okay. I'm almost 50 and I'm better than I ever was at 38. So don't hang out. Now let's get on to this conversation. Now the question was, Kevin, Mike, where's the energy? Do you come on, you can tell. I won't tell nobody.
What do you mean where's the energy?
You got two.
She's talking about intimacy. She's talking about intimacy. She's talking about getting it in.
Thank you, Lacey. High five, Chris.
Hey, look, here's the thing. I am very modest, okay?
Very.
But I will tell you that my hopes is that both of my ladies are satisfied with me. So
okay, because they don't have other relationships outside of you with other men, right? That's the agreement. Like if Jamie wanted to have her a boyfriend, boyfriend or a second husband, that's not the agreement. What would be the way? Because she's 38, she might wake up and be like, she fell in love with somebody. Kev, what would be the conversation if she decided to do that?
Well, so here's what I explained to them, of course, and what I've always explained when getting into relationships is that there's one thing that is consistent, and that's change. People's minds do change, and you can be in love with someone today, and tomorrow they may not be so in love with you, and it's hard to accept. And so a lot of times people will stay together via the commitment, not because they feel emotionally the same way. And now the relationship becomes miserable. People change, and it doesn't matter if you changed first. You can be perfect, and they still can just fall out of love. It happens, So life is a competition. You're going to meet other males out there who you may feel like are good for you. I'm hoping you honor the commitment. You may meet a male that you fall for emotionally and want to be with them. I'm hoping that you talk to me first, right? So I would never stand in the way of them and say, you can't do this or that. But we did collectively come together as an agreement and say, this is what we want. I only want you, Kevin. I told them I only want them. So I won't be pursuing any other females. This is what we're working with. But if any of them were to change their mind, I'm open to hear about it, just like they heard me. It's all respect here.
So then if she wanted to do something like that, then would you, Kevin, be open to that? It changed to be which one would that be? If
at that point, we will be polyamorous at that point.
Okay. And you would be open to that if she in 3-4 years said, you know what, wow, I'm interested in, you would be open to that conversation?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, grown man pants. Thought that was a hard one for you, but okay.
I would never ask from someone something that I wouldn't be willing to hear them out on either.
Right.
But likewise, though, when I asked them, they wanted to meet each other. They wanted to make sure it was a person that they would get along with, who had the vision that they had, who was bringing something to the table. All these things are important. So equally, I would like to have the same privileges. I'd like to meet the person, make sure they have the right mind, because my children may be around them, anything like that. So I want to make sure, just like I wouldn't just bring any old person into the relationship and be like, hey, this your girlfriend. This is my girlfriend now, and you live with her.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't suspect she would. I mean, I don't know Jamie, but I wouldn't suspect being in your life for that length of time, having 3 kids, that's something that she would resort to. I was just wanting to know if you would be open to that, if she did. And I mean, she's 38. Things are changing. She might 3 years from now say, hey, Kev, I met someone at the gym and I want you to meet him. And So let me ask you this. And this is a silly question, but I do have to ask it. So is there is the intimacy? I know I'm going back to that part. Is it?
I was gonna say I got you.
Thank you, Lacey.
I'm gonna help you. this is a big misconception when it comes to poly relationships. So a lot of people say, okay, so Kev has 2 wives. Mm-hmm. If he isn't treating them equal, then he clearly loves this one more than that one. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with equality. Equality is under the assumption that both women possess the same characteristics and want the same things. That is not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with 2 women who have their own characteristics and their own wants and needs, even when it comes to sexually. So if, for example, I like to go for a walk every day in the morning and Kev accompanies me in the morning, but Jamie and him don't walk, but me and him work out together, that doesn't mean he loves me more than he loves her. If he cooks with her, but I'd rather stay out the kitchen, but every meal they cook together, that doesn't mean he loves her more than he loves me. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to intimacy, it doesn't matter who has a higher sex drive between me and Jamie, as long as he's able to deliver to the capacity that each of us want, whether it be, let's say one of us has a high sex drive and one of them just likes to cuddle, or, they just like every once in a while, as long as he's able to meet the needs of both women, we're good. That doesn't mean that we're equal and I have sex with her 5 times a week and I also have sex with her 5 times a week. Mm-hmm. Likely when you enter into this situation, both of your women are not going to want to have sex 5 times a week. One's going to say about, maybe once every other day, or so, and the other one, you might get one that wants multiple times in one day. But you're not dealing with 2 identical women, and a lot of people like to come from that perspective, and that just doesn't happen. So it's very unlikely you're going to have 2 women that want the same exact things. And then on top of that, at the same exact time. So we're never in a situation where Jamie and I are both saying, I want to cuddle with you right now. And he's looking like, which one do I cuddle with? Right. It's never like that. It's, I want to cuddle right now. She's reading a book. She wants to cuddle right now. I want to go for a run. You see what I'm saying? Right. So in that moment, we're not taking away from each other because I don't want to be up under you. It's hot. Go cuddle with Jamie. We never want at the same time. So it's not as complicated as people make it seem.
And when it comes to just intimacy alone, I would just say, just like if you've had multiple partners, or anyone on here who's had multiple partners, they know that, the sexual encounter between you and the other person is going to be different based on who that person is and what they bring out of you. So to answer that question on intimacy, I would just say that I accommodate them both adequately.
I guess you do. Okay. Moving right